Have you ever engaged in a serious debate over which is better, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Have you ever played Smash or Pass using only characters from Star Wars and Marvel movies? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we have the podcast for you. Listen to the Steam Gentlemen, the podcast where an expert panel convenes to ask the questions about pop culture and social commentary that other podcasts are afraid to ask. Listen to the Steam Gentlemen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Fans International Association is back. That's right, the premier fan club association of the 1970s and 1980s has been revived and is back in business. Join today. It's free at thewfia.org. That's thewfia.org. You can also join us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/WFIA 1969. Again, everybody, back in action with the 1987 Supermod. I'm your host, Brad Drake, and this is the 1987 Supermod. I think I said that already, but it is the World Wrestling Federation, and it's the WWF all month long for this month of September. We have traveled to Montreal, Quebec, Canada. We are at the Forum tonight, everybody. Big show here in Montreal. This one will not be televised. It is a house show. Let's see who is absent here. Nothing except whom we expect to be out. And we have some protege work here with Mancini and Strongbow. All right, let's get to the meat and potatoes of things here, everybody. And again, unless it's marked with an asterisk, this is the real card. And when it's marked with an asterisk, I'll tell you why. All right, Jose Luis Rivera is going to face SD Jones. In the opener, Rivera would actually go under a hood for this one as the Red Demon. We're not going to do that for this, but I do like to have it marked. Scott Casey is going to battle Ravishing Rick Rude. We have a bonus match here of Outback Jack versus Danny Spivey. This match didn't really take place. What the match that did actually take place was Outback Jack versus Steve Strong. Steve Strong was Steve DeSalvo, and we released Steve DeSalvo by accident in the game. We're going to see the one-man gang versus Billy Jack Haynes. This is an added bout. Iron Mike Sharpe is going to face superstar Billy Graham. The Young Stallions will face the Islanders in an added bout. Brutus Beefcake is going to face Patterson. David Sammartino is going to mix it up with Dino Bravo. The original opponent of Dino Bravo in this match was the Junkyard Dog. We're going to see in the semi-main event, Nikolai Volkoff against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. This was also an added bout. And then our main event, everybody, we are going to see the Rougeau brothers against the Hart Foundation. Two Canadian teams, but of course the Rougeaus are French-Canadian from Quebec. All right, everybody, with all that said, and it was a lot said, let's get to booking. Here we go, Rivera versus Jones. And here is Jose Luis Rivera, a great hand. Oh, you know what? He's under the hood as Shadow number 2. So that's okay. We'll have Shadow number 2 in there. And he'll face SD Jones. Again, I'm not going to change him over just for this one card, but we will make that adjustment under the listings for YouTube and also for Patreon. So there we go, SD Jones with the victory here over Rivera. Up next, everybody, we have Cowboy Scott Casey as he continues his feud with Rick Rude. Not much of a feud. Casey's doing all the losing. So we have Casey versus Rude. Scott Casey was at the end of his career here. Scott Casey has a book that came out a few years back. I'd be curious to get my hands on it. Of course, my reading's backed up about 5 years at this point. I've bought so many books. I try to read at least one wrestling book a month, but sometimes I get behind, I get super busy at work, stuff comes up, that sort of thing. All right, Outback Jack is going to face Danny Spivey up next. And Outback Jack, of course, has been reduced to enhancement talent at this point. Big guy, not very good in the ring. The gimmick didn't catch on. They were trying to capitalize, I think, on the popularity of Crocodile Dundee, but it just never caught on. Danny Spivey, on the other hand, big dude, talented dude, good look. He also didn't quite catch on, although he did have a tag team title reign. I think what hurt Spivey was the fact that injuries hurt him in the long run. All right, one-man gang against Billy Jack Haynes here. They are going to go 10 minutes. This one is not going to be that good of a match because one-man gang is just not that over yet. And that's what we need with our product. So I'll tell you what we're going to do with this one is we don't want Gang to take the loss. We're still building them up. So we're going to go with a double DQ finish. This one's in the books now. We move along to Iron Mike Sharpe against Superstar Billy Graham. And Sharpe and Graham over the years probably wrestled each other dozens of times. And remember, everybody, there are a lot of you that are new to the channel. These are the real cards, except for the matches that have the asterisks. And we have our reasons for doing that. We're trying to fill out the cards. So here is Sharpe versus Superstar Billy Graham. That is influenced by the design of this game. That's why we're doing things that way. And we're trying to get our extra wrestlers some work. All right, Superstar Billy Graham, of course, is going to get the win here over Iron Mike Sharpe. 10 minutes is probably a little bit too long for him. In a match, Superstar was not in good shape at this point. Physically, he was in good shape, but his body was breaking down. I mean, he looked good, but his body, unfortunately, was breaking down. So here we go. We have the young Stallions against the Islanders. And, of course, the Islanders are going to get the win here. And they're going to get the win by the help of the interference of their manager, Bobby the Brain Heenan. So that one is all set. Up next here we have Brutus, Beefcake, and Patterson. They are going to go 14. Patterson pretty much came out of retirement for this match. Actually, Patterson was still working sporadic matches up until the end of '87, and then he was done. I don't think he took any matches again until the mid to late '90s with the WWF, and those weren't really matches. We're going to leave this one open-ended because either one is going to benefit off the win here in Quebec. And next we have Sammartino and Bravo. David Sammartino, that is. They're going to go 16. And here we have David Sammartino. Dino Bravo, of course, is from Montreal. Sorry for my pause there. I just had a loud, obnoxious noise. Somebody apparently is working outside of my building. All right, here's David Sammartino. Sammartino and Bravo. And we're going to give the win here to Dino Bravo, obviously in his hometown. David Sammartino is not going to mind. Here's Nikolai Volkoff and Ricky Steamboat. Steamboat, of course, is mega popular wherever he goes. Volkoff, of course, is mega hated wherever he goes. Here is Nikolai Volkoff. And here is Ricky Steamboat. Steamboat with the W here, everybody. And here comes our big main event, and it is a big main event. We are going to have the Harts and the Rougeaus. Here, the Harts, of course, the World Tag Team Champions, and this place would be rocking and rolling for the Rougeau brothers, no doubt about it. And as a result, we are going to have the Rougeaus go over here. But of course, they're not going to win the tag title. So they are going to do it by countout. That gives them a victory over the champions. Makes it feel good for the forum here in Montreal. And the champions don't lose the belts. All right, let's go ahead and start this show and see how we do. We should have a good one here on our hands. All right, SD Jones over Rivera wins with the headbutt. 32 overall for this one. And here we go. The Rude Awakening is the move of victory for Ravishing Rick Rude as he defeats Cowboy Scott Casey once again. This might be Rude's first time wrestling in Canada here at this point. Danny Spivey gets the win over Outhouse Jack. He wins with that big bulldog. You know, when we talk about wrestling being not real, obviously it's predetermined. Everybody knows the moves are protected to an extent. The impact still causes injury and pain to the body. But imagine a guy like Danny Spivey, 6'6", 300 pounds, running and dumping your head face first into the mat. That wouldn't go over well at all. That one might hurt a little bit. Outback Jack was no lightweight himself. He was probably about 280. But there we go, 34. Spivey gets the win. We get the double disqualification here with Gang and Haynes. 66 overall, 72 and a 45. Not bad for these two in Canada. Superstar Billy Graham gets the win over Iron Mike Sharpe, and he submits him with that bear hug. 73 for these two. The Islanders get the win over the Young Stallions due to Bobby Heenan interfering. And that's how Ugly Nasty Heels win, is by ugly, nasty contributions from their manager. And the Islanders here are victorious in the forum. 64 overall for these two. Brutus Beefcake over Pat Patterson, and Beefer gets the win over Patterson with the sleeper hold. 66 overall. Good match between these two, considering the circumstances. Good stuff. Dino Bravo gets the win over David Sammartino with that side suplex. I always liked that side suplex from Bravo. That was a serious looking impact finisher. You don't see the side suplex at all anymore by anybody. And then again, you see 14 moonsaults and 27 Hurricane Ranas in one match. So maybe that maybe that move has just lost its impact. But regardless, when Bravo did it, you knew it was over. Dino Bravo scores an 80 here. 51 for Sammartino, 73 overall. Good stuff. And up next here, Koloff against Steamboat. They get an 84. Steamboat wins via submission with that double chicken wing he would do. Remember, he would flip over. It was like a double armbar. Then he would flip over. It was pretty awesome. 84 overall for this one. And here comes our big main event, and it does not disappoint. Great scores across the board here. 94 as the Rougeau brothers defeat the Hart Foundation by countout, and the forum is rocking and rolling here, everybody. Great show. 94 overall. Excellent. Good stuff. We're going to make that speech here. We're going to point out Jacques and Ramon. And we're also going to point out Dino Bravo. Dino Bravo had a good match here, too. Great performance. Great performance. Good performance. We're going to make that speech. Jacques is pleased. Ray is pleased. And Dino Bravo is pleased. And Brad Drake is pleased, everybody. Excellent showing here for the WWF. We're heading back to headquarters here, the main screen. And up next, we are going to be in Youngstown, Ohio, at the Bealey Center, I believe is the way that's pronounced. And our tour continues. Remember, everybody, in real life, the WWF had 3 tours per night, an A show, a B show, and a C show, and sometimes a D show. Obviously, we can't do all 3 of those in this. Save under TEW 2020. Crockett got in trouble for distributing anti-world-class signs. Oh, man. Not cool. They're the topic of fun on the internet. Of course, the internet wouldn't be around for another 10 years, but regardless, what are you going to do? All right, Worldwide had the Midnight Express over Kendall Windham and Ron Simmons. Not a good card here. Not a good card at all. Let's see who else ran last night. Wild West. I don't know how they continue to run this game. They're awful. The Sheep Herders over the Fantastics in the main event for the WWF. This is a good show. Ooh, they ran Municipal Stadium in San Jose and only drew 128. Ooh, Crockett's got to be hemorrhaging money on them in this game. No doubt about it. All right, let's check our incoming. Shirley Black is going to work other areas now. Jacques Rougeau and Dino Bravo are tired. That's fine. We'll leave you off a couple shows. All right, that's going to do it for us, everybody, for this one. We'll be back in action with the WWF Tour here in just a few days. For those of you new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and drop us a message below. Let us know you found the channel and what you think of us so far. We like to talk to our new viewers and listeners. For those of you looking for more, you can find it over on patreon.com/PowerCastNetwork. Over there, you can find access to version 10.1 of the Supermod, access to all of our spreadsheets. You'll get access to all of our shows early and YouTube ad-free, and so much more, everybody. Check it out today. It's just $5. Patreon.com/PowerCastNetwork. Check us out on social media, Facebook.com/groups/1987Supermod. And don't forget, everybody, to check out Wrestling Fans International Association today at thewfia.org. Membership is free. Head on over, sign up, take advantage of your free membership. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.